Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian here. Welcome back. I've got some Secret World Legends updates today to share with you folks, and long story short, this week's update is overall fantastic. For those of you that watch the dab streams on Twitch to stay updated might already know what I'm talking about. And for those who don't, there's a bunch of quality of life improvements to the game that I really like. So let's jump straight into it. The biggest new feature is this thing called Anima Allocation for talismans. Take a look. Alrighty, so here we are in game Secret World Legends, and we're going to be checking out the Anima Allocation feature. Brand new, as I've said in the video, and I'm pretty excited about it. So to access it, you hit the N key here, and there is a brand new tab at the top. It's Anima Allocations right there, and clicking on that will bring up this pretty cool thing here. Really interesting. So as it says on the launcher, you'll get access to this at level 20. So once you hit level 20, you can now enter the Anima Allocation screen here, and what it does is you can totally change your talismans from going from DPS to tanking or healing, and just fine-tune that to match your current playstyle. So how it works is Anima Allocation allows you to allocate your power rating toward damage, healing, and survivability. So if you hover over any of your talismans here on your character sheet, you'll see that you have a power rating now, and oh, look at that, my Radiant Ashes is actually 1337, and just lead. But you'll see that, you know, the current Anima Allocation setting is exactly that. So when you go back to the allocation thing here, you know, you can't tweak them for individual talismans. You're going to do it across the board. And all you do is just move the slider, and you'll see a preview of what your stats are gonna be. So if you want more healing, but you want to keep some survivability, you know, do this over here. Or if you want some healing and survivability, then it's that. Or you know, you can go all out DPS and, you know, just have no survivability and no healing. And I really like that it actually previews. I'm probably going to zoom in here because the numbers are super small, so I'm going to zoom in the video a little bit so, you know, I can show you guys what I'm talking about. But here you'll see the preview of what that change is going to be like. You're going to lose some hit points, you're going to lose some protection, and on the DPS side, you're going to gain combat power and across the board for all your talismans. So once you're happy with it, like I'm going to go out full damage here. I'm just going to hit the commit button, and then you got a cool flashy graphic, and it's done. That is going to be reflected now in my Radiant Ashes. So really, I'm super excited about this. I'm really happy because, you know, the first thing that comes to mind is it kind of takes away a lot of that grind from, as a casual player, getting multiple sets of talismans to fulfill multiple roles. Like the reason why I picked so I went elemental and shotgun, and I was looking for a more casual DPS solo build, was because in my head I was kind of afraid of going back the same path that I did in TSW, where, you know, I was DPS for so long, and then I wanted to try tanking, but I had to go and grab tanking gear and grind for tanking gear and grind for healing gear. So Anima Allocation sort of reduces that somewhat. But here's an important thing. Your changes here does not affect your glyphs and signets that you have attached to your weapon or talisman. Sorry, for your talisman. So if you have like a tanking talisman on and you move that to DPS, that doesn't mean that your glyph is going to go DPS as well. That does not happen. So again, signets and glyphs are not affected by Anima Allocation. It's just the talismans. And not weapons too, sorry. There's no weapons in Anima Allocation. This is all just for talismans. But again, I'm super happy about it. And, you know, in a way, it also really helps dedicated tanks and healers in Secret World Legends, because if you are grinding, you know, a brand new ult just to play endgame as a healer, this is going to help you a lot. So you can switch stuff on the fly as long as you're not in combat, and, you know, 1 second you're healing a dungeon, and then your friend comes on, you know, and he's the healer, and you don't want to be, you know, you want to contribute, so you can just move from heals all the way to DPS on the fly. And that is super convenient, super cool. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about this, because it means that when I go to my alts now, I know that I don't have to put in, you know, as much work into getting different sets. I can just keep moving my talismans across and only rechange this whenever I get like I upgrade from a 2-pip talisman to a 3-pip talisman. Of course, the gains are going to be much better when you commit all the way through. So I really like that. Lots of grind reduce by this thing. And for those of you that are min-maxers, this thing is an absolute dream, because you can just about tailor your combat stats down to a T with the numbers here, if that's what you want to go for. And what I really like about this is that this is something that the secret world would have benefited from, the old MMO, and for it to happen here in Secret World Legends is a positive thing. It shows that the devs are, listening to feedback and looking forward and thinking of ways of how to improve this game right here and right now for the current player base. And I'm really, really happy about that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Anima Allocation. There's more to talk about in terms of this current update that's happening this week, and what else is being improved in terms of quality of life improvements, and that's going to be coming up in the video, which is going to be continuing right about now. In addition to that, there's some tweaks to Elementalism, which I'm really happy about since it's my main weapon in SWL. There's going to be a lot more passives to increase DPS, which gives us Ele users a lot more to tinker with instead of worrying about heat management all the time. We're also becoming a bit more viable because bonus damage from heat is increasing. It's baby steps, but we'll get there eventually. But there's more. Loot changes have been implemented too, and it's something to be happy about as well. So previously, players were shoeboxed into running specific type of content to gain specific types of loot. For example, signets only drop in lairs, glyphs in scenarios, and weapon and talismans from dungeons. Funcom have now changed that by spreading the loot out across the content somewhat. So from now onward, there's a chance that you might get a signet dropping from the final boss of an elite dungeon, and only elite dungeons, on top of anima shards and the usual goodies. The same applies for scenarios and lairs too. This is great, as it doesn't punish players who don't like running a certain type of content, and gives them a way to gain this equipment besides buying them off the AH. Elsewhere, there's quality of life improvements to empowerments, as well as XP now transfers over from the gear that's about to be consumed, which was something we've been asking for, and we finally got it. I mean, there's just so much quality of life stuff in this update. You have to check out the patch notes, and I've got a link to that in the description box below. Final word on Secret World Legends' trend of improving the game. They can't stop now, and I hope they keep on improving things, because that's how you retain players. They're listening and implementing feedback as best as they can, so players, if there's something you ain't happy with, give it to them on Reddit, on Discord. They might just take care of it and work on the new content at the same time. Win-win. And on a final note, I also watched Funcom livestream their Q3 Investors Report live on Twitch, which is super refreshing. I don't recall any, company with a gaming CEO on Twitch talking about financials. So the stream was led by Funcom's CEO, Rui Casais, who I must say seems like a pretty cool dude. He knows his stuff and he's played the games, which is a good thing. As for the financials, good news all around for Secret World Legends and Conan Exiles, as both are contributing to the company's positive cash flow this quarter, and man, what a difference from a year ago. I hope they continue this open communication moving forward. I've been critical about them in the past for it, and it now seems that both developers and the higher-ups are working hard to change that, both in-game and out. So all I can say is, keep it up, Funcom. And that's it from me. Hit the like button if you enjoy my content, and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more on MMOs. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching. This is very good wine. I drink wine to understand what this fool is saying in his videos. You've reached the end screen. If you want to subscribe to this guy, you click the button in the middle. If you want to watch more videos, click the cards on the left or on the right. But seriously, drink more wine. It'll make his videos more tolerable.